Hello. Hello. Good evening, children. Can you hear my voice and can you see me? Good evening. Good evening. Now I can see your message. Fantastic. How do we see the message here? Okay. So these are the messages and this is the video. Very nice. This is a better situation. Thank you. All right, everyone. Hi. Can you hear my voice clearly? Perfect. Perfect. And the screen is visible, right? Screen is also visible. Perfect. Very good. Very good. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start with our today's work. First, we'll complete whatever we had remaining in the last session, and then we shall start with probability. Good evening. Good evening. So good to see you guys. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Always make sure that you have revised the previous class before coming to the next class. Otherwise, it may be a little difficult to understand. Anna? Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Hello. All right. All right. Just one more minute. Yes, Vijay, we have probability. We have a couple of questions that we were not able to complete yesterday. We'll complete that today, and then we'll proceed. So you can say that in today's class, first 30 minutes, we'll do P&C questions, remaining. And after that, for 1 hour, we'll do probability. That's it. This is the agenda for today's class. Okay, so only 1.5 hours approximately. Okay? And tomorrow also we have kept a session. So this thing is for today. Tomorrow also, we'll have around 1 hour session. Okay? Do you agree with this? That instead of having one very long session, rather break it in slightly smaller sessions so that we are able to do it comfortably. What do you guys think? Okay, no problem, no problem. Probability will contribute around, on an average, one question in CAT. You know, when I say average per year, 1.5 question. Okay? So for example, किसी साल 2 question आया, say 1 year, there are 2 questions, maybe next year there's just 1 question, something like that. ठीक है? आज भी अच्छे मिस करेगा. Okay. 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 ठीक. So we are going to complete the remaining part of permutation combination that we had left yesterday, and then today we'll start with probability. Half of probability we are going to do today, and the remaining half we are going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow I also expect you to come with your doubts, troubles, problems, if anything is there in the 3 sessions of permutation combination, as well as 2 sessions of probability session. Okay? Okay, chalo. So first topic of the day, derangement. I'll give you a question first, and with the help of this, we'll be able to solve it. A direct, straightforward, simple topic. Kuch extra nahi karna hai. We'll just follow the rules and the property and the formula for this. How will the question be asked? The question will be something like this. 5 letters. All the letters are different. And there are 5 corresponding addressed envelopes. Addressed envelopes. Okay. So we have written 5 letters, like dear Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, dear Mr. Amir Khan, dear we have written 5 letters, and then we have written addresses of 5 people on the envelopes. Amitabh Bachchan ka address, Shah Rukh Khan address, and so on. Then we try to place 1 letter to each envelope. Okay. And the question is asking, in how many ways in how many ways all letters go into wrong envelope. Into wrong envelope. In how many ways we can put or we can place the letters into envelope so that all the letters go into the wrong envelope. So first let's try to understand the situation. Formula to aa jayega, wo istemal kar lenge, we'll get the answer. Okay? Yeah. Correct. First let's understand the meaning of the word derangement. Yeah, very good. So derangement means, first thing, places are defined, places are assigned. Okay? Places are assigned. Right? And we do not go to the assigned place. That's the point. Yeah. Places are assigned, but not putting at assigned places. So places assigned hai, but we are not putting the items at the assigned places. That is what we mean by derangement. So here every letter, there is an envelope assigned to it, but we are trying to make sure that no letter goes into the correct envelope, or every letter goes into the wrong envelope. This is what we are trying to do here. Okay. So for this, there is a generalized formula, and this is what we'll use always. How does this come? There is a long process for this. We do not need to get into that. This is just one-off topic. How to use the formula? Let's see. The answer of this question is calculated with the help of this formula. Just yaad karne ka tarika hai. N factorial. Please listen to this. Look at this. The primary formula is written there. How do you use it? N factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial and so on. In the end, you have 1 by n factorial. And the sign of 1 by n factorial, whether it is plus or minus, it will depend on whether we have an odd number or even number. For example, if I have n equal to 2, it will be 2 factorial into just 1 by 2 factorial. How to memorize that? We have to start from 2. See, you need minimum 2 places and 2 items for both of them to go wrong. So that is why it starts from 2. Okay. If I have n equal to 3, how do you calculate this? How do you use this formula? 3 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial. Right? If I have n equal to 4, I'll use it as 4 factorial. 4 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial. So alternate positive, negative, and so on. Now, so for n equal to 2, it is equal to 1 way. For n equal to 3, it is equal to how much? 3 factorial by 2 factorial, 3. 3 factorial by 3 factorial, 1. You can open it and simplify it. So it is 3 minus 1, that is 2 ways. For 4 factorial, it will be equal to 4 factorial by 2 factorial, that is 4 into 3. Dekho zara isko. 4 factorial by 3 factorial, that is 4. 4 factorial by 4 factorial, that is 1. So alternate positive, negative, starting from 1 by 2 factorial, okay, up to 1 by n factorial. So this was 3 factorial, 4 factorial. Simplify that. 12 minus 4, 8 plus 1, 9 ways. Yes? So we've done for 2, 3, 4. Now this was only for the explanation purpose. For 5, you can just put n equal to 5 in the same formula. Right? So if I take n equal to 5, that I'll write here. If I take n equal to 5, how do I put it here? Simply put 5 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial. 5 factorial by 2 factorial. You know, when you open it, 5 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial, that is 5, 4, 3. 5 factorial by 3 factorial, that is 5 into 4. Plus 5 factorial by 4 factorial, that is just 5. And in the end, 1. So 5, 4, 3 is 60. Minus 20 plus 5 minus 1, and that is 44 ways. Ignore that. Okay, I'll just wait for 30 seconds and if you have anything to ask, you can ask now related to this. Related to how to use or how to identify such situations. I'll just repeat one thing. It says derangement, when to use this? There will never be a word derangement in your questions. In your questions, you'll always have some situation given, like this letter and envelope. By reading the question, no, Tanish, there's no need to memorize. Okay? No need to memorize, right? Okay, yeah, why did I start with the formula? Even though here it starts from 0, I started from 2. Why? Because mathematically, 1 by 0 factorial is 1. 1 by 1 factorial is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So that cancels. That is why we start with 1 by 2. That is one thing. Secondly, what is the significance of 2? That is, you need minimum 2 items in 2 places, because 2 items will go either both correct or both wrong. So at least there should be 2 items for both wrong to happen, for derangement to happen. That is why we can start from 2. Okay, Vijay, what is this? Its application. I didn't understand as such. Vijay, we had 5 letters, 5 envelopes. There was a letter assigned to every envelope. Okay, but we are trying to make sure that no letter goes into its assigned envelope, goes to anyone else. अपने वाले envelope के अलावा किसी भी दूसरे envelope में जाना है उसको. I'll give you more situations. Don't worry. ठीक है. There can be further situations in this. Let's take another one. Wait. 6 directors of a company in a meeting with assigned places. है ना? All the places have nameplates, okay? For example, in a meeting where they are sitting, everybody's in front of everybody's chair, everybody's seat, the name of that person is already written. Now, all of these people enter the meeting hall, and then they decide that none of us will sit at our given place. None of us will sit at the place where our name is written. Okay? So no one sits at their assigned place. Okay? In how many ways can this be done? Find number of ways. Find number of ways. None of them sits at the correct place. Find number of ways. No, there will be no large number. Even the 6 is higher. I'll give you a better question in the same, and that will be like this. A better question in this will be, find number of ways if exactly half of them sit at right place. ठीक है? This is a better question. चलो अभी थोड़ा उसमें difficult डाल देता हूँ. I'll give a difficult question also. At least one of them sits at right place. You understand the right place? Right place means where the name of that person is written. Right place means where the name of that person is written. Very nice, very nice. Those who have done the first question, go to the second. Second also has 2 parts. Try them. If you have forgotten the formula, I'll just write the formula of derangement here. It is like this. N factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial, alternate plus minus up to 1 by n factorial. Do not worry about the sign. Sign will automatically come. The first one is positive and then alternate negative positive. Rectify nahi karna. Don't try to mug up the formula. Just try to understand how is it being presented and used. Yes, Gunjan, we are doing a topic called derangement. Okay, what is the meaning of derangement? That is what we discussed a little bit. This question is a beautiful example of complete derangement. This one is a clear example of derangement. What happens in derangement? Even if the places are assigned to the items, we don't put it at the assigned place. That's what. We do not put the items at their assigned place. That is what is called derangement. And derangement formula is this one. The calculation of number of ways to derange is that one. Take 2 minutes, huh? Take 2 minutes, see what you can do. Rashna, I just shared that. एक बार फिर से बोलता हूँ. Derangement means even if the places are assigned to items, we make sure that those items do not go to the assigned places, but still arranged, okay? But they do not go to their assigned place. At designated places, I did not understand the question, Chintan, okay? Okay, don't worry, Kashish, I'll explain. Karthik 411. No, I don't think so. 411 is not correct. That is wrong. 265, 244. Aryan, 265 is correct, but the other two are wrong. Gunjan, I've already explained that if there is one item and one assigned place, it cannot go wrong. It cannot go wrong at all, okay? That is why we did not consider 1. We started from 2. You need at least 2 items and assign 2 places so that you can make sure that both of them go at the wrong place, okay? All right, I'll explain it now. Everyone, please pay attention. Stop messaging. Just look at the explanation, okay? Now, first one is a standard derangement question. We simply answer that using the formula. How do we apply this formula? 6 factorial. All those who came late, please pay attention to this. We directly apply the formula for this question because it says no one sits at their assigned places. Find the number of ways. How is that possible? Okay. So 6 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial plus 1 by 6 factorial. For one more time, I'll explain this one, how to start. You start from 1 by, you take reciprocals of factorials, start from 2, take alternate positive, negative, go up to 1 by n factorial. So plus minus will be decided automatically. Don't try to memorize it. Don't try to mug up, okay? Fine. Now we have, just open it. Do not take LCM or anything, or you can do that also, but rather if you open it, it will be easier and faster. So 6 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial, that will become 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 minus 6 factorial by 3 factorial, that will become 6 into 5 into 4 plus 6 factorial by 4 factorial, 6 into 5 minus 6 factorial by 5 factorial, that is 6 plus 1. That 6 factorial by 6 factorial is 1. Just simplify that. 6543 is 360 minus 1. So just calculate it. 360 minus 120 plus 30 minus 6 plus 1. Is it correct? 240, 270, 265. 265. Now, this was the first question answer, where everyone was sitting at the wrong place. In the second question is saying exactly half of them sit at the right places. Exactly half of them. So there are 6 people. So here what we are saying is 3 people at correct places and 3 people at wrong places. Right? 3 people at correct places, 3 people at wrong places. Fine. Now, which 3 people are sitting at correct place? It is not specified. So it is our job to identify. I'll speak again. Listen carefully. Out of these 6, who are those 3 people who are sitting at the right place? We don't know. So what do I need to do? I need to first select those 3 people. So I'll do 6C3. Right? Now, those 3 people at the correct place. Those 3 people at the correct place, in how many ways can be done? One way. The remaining 3 people should be all wrong. The remaining 3 people should be all wrong. The remaining 3 people should be all wrong. That should be calculated using this formula. So 3 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial. एक बार फिर से बता देता हूँ. It says half of them sit at the right place. It is not specifying which 3 will sit at the right place. So what do? We select 3 people out of 6. So that can be done in 6C3 ways, combination or selection. Now, place these selected 3 people at the correct place. In how many ways an item having an assigned place can go to that assigned place? Just one way. Okay. The remaining 3 people should go all wrong. So for the remaining 3 people, it should be derangement. For the remaining 3 people, it should be derangement because they all have to go to the wrong places. Fine. So this should become, simplify kar do isko, 63 is 20 into 1 is 1 and this value is 2. So it is 40 ways. So answer of 2A is 40. I want everyone to pay attention, okay, and listen very carefully. Sara, I missed, but I think the other people have helped you, okay? Okay. Take it. Very good, deep, very good explanation. For any item, I'll repeat that, for any item, if there is a place assigned, in how many ways you can go to that assigned place? One way, that's it. You know, आप अपने घर कितने तरीके से जा सकते हो? Okay. There is no arrangement. When you're going to the assigned place, there is no arrangement. The number of ways to go to your assigned correct place is just one. There is no requirement of any arrangement. Very good, Aditya. Good explanation. Good here. I mean, it's good to see that you guys are helping each other. But keep focusing on the discussion also. Don't miss out on whatever I say. Because a lot of times it happens that I would have said all those things probably in a slower pace, in a detailed manner also. Okay? Ha. Now the last one. Last one is the most interesting one. This is my favorite. Again, people make a lot of mistake in this. Okay? Listen very carefully. It says at least one of them sits at the right place. At least one of them sits at the right place. Here what you need to do is total number of ways minus, yeah, please pay attention to this. Total number of ways minus what? At least one of them sits at the right place, kya karna hoga? So total minus all wrong. Total minus all wrong. This will give us at least one of them at the correct place. You know, we forget that when I'm saying all wrong, other than that, what are the other possibilities? 1 correct, 5 wrong, 2 correct, 4 wrong, 3 correct, 3 wrong, you know, like this one. 2 correct, 4 wrong, and further 4 correct, 2 wrong, and so on. So there are so many cases. So what is better here is total number of possibilities minus all wrong will give us at least one of them at the right place. Okay? So this will become total is 6 factorial minus all wrong. You have already calculated 265. So the answer should be 720 minus 265. Calculate karo usko. If you calculate that, how much will it give us? This will give us 720 minus 265. So 35, 20, 55. 455 is the answer of 2B. Yeah, 455. Okay, now I would want your doubts and questions in this topic. Then we'll move on to the next part. Just a second, huh? Acha. Sorry. Yes, children? Huh. Ankit, this is the purified method, so use this only. At least 2 just extend the process, right? You get at least 2 means exactly 1 correct and exactly 2 correct. Kavya, that will be very long, obviously. Don't go into that. Shubham, you are answering already. If you minus all wrong, whatever remains will be all correct, no? Will give us at least 1 correct. Chintan, all wrong matlab? All wrong is this, na? This is all wrong. All of them go to the wrong place, right? What else is written on the board? No one sits at their assigned place. What does that mean to you, bache? Satya, I mean, if you want to enjoy the question for a little longer, you can do that. Priyanka, that has nothing to do with mathematics. From any situation, if I remove all wrong wala cases, what does that mean? It will give us something correct, right? What you have to understand is that if there are 6 people, there may be a situation. No, Arun, don't go into the details of that as of now, okay? That's a wastage of time for this situation. Abhi nahi, hai na? Experiment mat karo. Whenever you learn a topic, don't get immediately into something that is not necessary. Kya hoga abhi? What you have to do first of all is first to look at the situation. Abhi, yeah, you're not able to make this all wrong. First clarify that. So us pe focus karo. Abhi main usko clarify karta hu. ठीक है? So all wrong means none of them goes to the assigned place. As simple as that. I'll just do one more thing. Okay, listen, look at this. There are 6 people. So what are the possible situations? All 6 go to correct place. Can anyone tell me the number of ways for this? All 6 go to the correct place. The number of ways will be just 1. All 6 go to the correct place. Number of ways just 1. Exactly 5 correct and 1 wrong. In how many ways that is possible? I would wait for your response. I would wait for your response. Exactly 5. Exactly 5 correct, 1 wrong. Exactly 5 correct. Ankit is right. Anirudh is right. Exactly 5 correct. Jitul is right for the second question. Correct, Zafar, you have given a correct explanation. Very nice. I mean, in yesterday's class, we had talked about one particular thing about P&C. Do not intensely enter into the topic. Try to see what is happening. Okay? There are 6 places, 5, 6. There are 6 people. The names of these people is written in front of these seats. That means the places are assigned for these people. Okay? If 5 people go to their own places, what will happen to the 6th person? It cannot go wrong. Right? Priyanka and other people who had similar doubts, I think for them it should work. If 5 people go to the correct place, what happens to the 6th one? Usko jana hi padega, hai na? So this is 0 ways. Okay? I'm going to remove all this and I'm going to take further cases. Yeah, correct. I'm going to remove all this. Six people, 6 assigned places. We had done 5 correct. Exactly 4 correct. Exactly 4 correct. And 2 wrong. Okay. Next situation. Exactly 3 correct we already have done. Hai na? 3 wrong. Exactly 2 correct. So what does that mean? If I want exactly 2 correct, that means automatically the remaining 4 will be wrong. Or they will go to the wrong place. Chalo, let's start with this. How do I calculate exactly 4 correct? First, I need to know which 4 people are correct. So it is 6C4. In how many ways these 4 people can go to their correct places? In how many ways anyone can go to the correct assigned place? When you are going to the correct assigned place, you don't have to do any arrangement. Hai na? So one way. These 2 people have to go to the wrong places. What is the meaning of wrong places? That's the name of the topic, isn't it? That's the name of the topic. That is derangement. So derangement for these 2 people. Derangement for these 2 people. It's like 2 people, 2 places and derangement. In how many ways can that be done? 2 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial. Okay? Simplify that. It is 20 into 2, which is 40. 20 into 1. 20 into 1. That is 20. This we have already done, but I'll still write it. Exactly 3 correct. So 6C3. Yes, now tell me, Aditya, Priyanka, Kaushini, Chintan. Do you guys understand? Yash? 6420 लिखा क्या? हाँ, I'm sorry. Yeah, गुस्सा नहीं करना हाँ. 15. Change करने की ninja technique. Very good. I'm so happy now. हाँ बच्चा वो लिखने में गलती हो जाती है sometimes. It's a slip of tongue. Sorry, slip of pen. Okay. Yeah. So I think my concern is done, isn't it? है ना? Read the language of the question always very carefully. Okay. And from that, you will see, you should automatically, I mean, if you're able to visualize that there are 6 people and they have their assigned places, one more, and there are places 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is the assigned place, but ये इधर नहीं जाएगा, वो किधर भी और जा सकता है, and so on. That's what we are trying to do. Okay. Anyway, so 63 into 1 into these 3 people derangement. So 3 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial. So this we have already calculated. So I'll just put it like this: 40. Third one, exactly 2 correct, 4 wrong. Exactly 2 correct, 6C2 into, to put those 2 items at the correct place is one way, and for the remaining 4 wrong, that will be 4 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial. And by now, I'm sure you would remember that the values of these up to n equal to 5 or 6, you are able to memorize, isn't it? After doing this calculation for 2 or 3 times, you automatically remember them, है ना? So exactly 2 correct हो गया. Now, I'll take the next one, that is exactly 1 correct. हाँ बच्चा, दोनों केस ले लेता हूँ. Exactly 1 correct. Exactly 1 correct, 5 wrong. Do this. Exactly 1 correct, 5 wrong. Do the next one. Very good, Yalavati. Okay, I'll call you Venkata. Venkat, I hope you're able to understand. My language is clear to you. Very good, Tulika, Nidhi, Pranav. Second one is 40, third one is 1. हाँ ठीक है, I get it. Very good, Gunjan. Fantastic. So even if I speak in Hindi sometimes, mostly it would be for fun. And if there is something required that I speak in Hindi, I'll speak in English also. So nothing to worry. All right, exactly 1 correct. So what do I need to do? Understand? Yesterday also we had talked about one point, that always identify what is the need. That need you should be able to speak. Able to speak in words. For example, here, to make exactly 1 correct, I need 1 person. From where? Out of 6. So what should I do? I should select. So 6C1. Need, action, outcome. Number of ways. Okay? Need, action, number of ways for the action. Into, put this 1 person, the one that you have selected, at the correct place. 1 person at the correct place, just 1 way. Then remaining 5 people, they should go all wrong. Remaining 5 people all wrong means they are at the there for them we are using derangement. All wrong is simply derangement formula. Okay? All wrong is simply formula. Again, try to visualize 6 places. 1 person is already sitting at the correct place. Hata dosko, remove him. Now remaining 5 places, 5 items. In how many ways they can go all wrong? Okay, so that will be 5 factorial into 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial. And this I think we have already calculated, so I simply take it as the value that we had, 44. So it is 264. Yeah. And if you want at least 2 correct, what will you do? 135 plus 264. Anyone who asked for at least 2 correct. Okay, na? Please acknowledge that. Some people were asking for at least 2 correct. Hai na? So for that, you will take exactly 2 correct, exactly 1 correct, and 0 correct also. Yes, I'll write that. I'll write that here. 3 cases banenge. There will be 3 cases. If I have at least 2 correct, how will you do it? Exactly 2 correct, exactly 1 correct, and 0 correct. What is the meaning of 0 correct? 0 correct means all wrong. 0 correct means all wrong. So exactly 2 correct is 135. Exactly 1 correct is 264. And 0 correct means all wrong, and that is 265. So that will be the answer of this question. Yeah. The question is at least 2 correct. At least 2 correct. At least 2 correct means, oh, उल्टा कर दिया. ये उल्टा कर दिया. हाँ, सही. Wait. I think, yeah. उल्टा कर दिया मैंने. आपको क्या लेना होगा? This was for at most. ठीक है, I think I'll just change the question only. I'll just change the question. Everyone, by mistake? हाँ, I got it. Okay. Yeah. At least 2 correct की जगह, this was at most 2 correct. So at most 2 correct में क्या आ जाएगा? Exactly 2 correct, exactly 1 correct, exactly 0 correct. Yes, Aryan, I understand. Yes. So if you're able to do it for at least, you can, I mean, at most, at least the situation is the same, right? हाँ, Tanish, you're right. बहुत easy हो जाएगा. I think the most important part was the language part. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Other than that, everything else is very simple. हाँ, मैं एक बार repeat कर देता हूँ. By mistake, I had written at least there. or by mistake I wrote at least but used it for at most. This is the, right now what you see on the board is correct. Right now what you see on the board is correct. Right, Preeti? Yeah, Gunjan? At most 2 correct. What is the simple meaning of that? Exactly 2 correct हो सकता है, yes. Exactly 1 correct हो सकता है, yes. Exactly 0 correct हो सकता है, yes. ये तीनों cases आएंगे. So we already have calculated for exactly 2 correct. That was 135 possibilities. Exactly 1 correct, we have done 264 possibilities. 0 correct, what is the meaning of 0 correct? All 6 wrong. That is the 265 possibilities. Add all of them. Number of possibilities, Deep, it will change. ठीक. So I'm going to remove all this, okay? And yeah, this is done. This is done. Perfect. ठीक है? अच्छा, ठीक है? If I give you same situation, 6 people, 6 places, 6 assigned places, at least 2 correct. ठीक है? If you're getting confused, I'll put this one. For at least 2 correct, what all things do you get? Exactly 2 correct. मैं short में लिख रहा हूँ. Please notice. X किसके लिए लिखा है? Exactly 2 correct, then exactly 3 correct, then exactly 4 correct, then exactly 5 correct, okay, and all correct. So what will be the answer of this question? Exactly 2 correct we have calculated. How much was it? 135. Exactly 3 correct, how much was it? 40. Exactly 4 correct, how much was it? Please check. Exactly 4 correct was 15. Exactly 5 correct, 0. All correct, 1. This will be the answer for at least 2 correct. Rimjim, Gunjan, I suppose this should be clear. That is English. That is pure English. Right, Kashish, very nice. That is also correct. Yes. So this is one way of doing this question. And similarly, this could be another way. This could be done like this. Total minus 0 correct minus 1 correct. Please check the values, whether you get the same answer or not. So total is 6 factorial. Minus 0 correct means all wrong. 0 correct means all wrong. This is exactly 1 correct. So this could be, everyone please make sure that you understand this, because I think some people wrote this, but it wasn't proper. So make sure that you get it correctly. Okay? हाँ. Some people wrote it, but I think total की जगह कुछ और लिखा था. That's why I'm trying to point it out. So make sure that you understand it correctly. So 6 factorial is the total number of possibilities. All wrong. 0 correct means all wrong. That was 265. Exactly 1 correct was 264, I suppose. हमने calculate किया था. We had done that calculation. It was 264. Both of this should give you. ठीक है. ठीक है. Anyone has a question? You can ask now. Then we move on to the last part of the day. Last part of permutation combination, not the day. I'm sorry. कुछ लोग खुश हो गए होंगे सुन के. Correct. Ankit, that is at least is an English word, right? है ना? That has nothing to do with mathematics or P&C. You're right, Ankit, you're right. At least means at least. That one or more. Very good. Okay, so we move to the next part. And that is actually based on selection only, but I'll just try to make a little more complicated. In a party. Everyone, stop messaging. Stop messaging completely. Stop messaging completely, okay? In a party, there are 8 single males, 12 single females, and 5 couples. I mean, those who are not aware, a couple means a male and a female, okay? Now, everyone dances with everyone else. I should have written this question in a PPT, but no problem. I just yaad aaya, so we'll discuss that. Everyone else exactly once. One by one. Please note it down very carefully. I'll read it out. Everyone dances with everyone else exactly once, one by one. So it is not a group dance. Okay? It's not a group dance, right? It is just that one person goes to one person, dances, then leaves. Then the other person dances, then leaves. Then the next person dances and leaves. Then the second person comes, he also does the same thing. Okay? सबके साथ dance करके चला गया, and so on. So please read and understand the meaning of this. एक बार और repeat कर देता हूँ. Every person dances with every person else. Okay? One by one. So that we can call a dance event. So what is the meaning of a dance event? Dance event means 2 people dancing together. That's it. That is a individual specific dance event. A dance event is defined as one person dancing together. That's it. Tanishk, only read what is written in the words in the English language of the question. Don't read anything else. What does it say? Everyone dances with everyone else one by one. That's it. Okay? Now, pehla question. Find total number of dance events. Total number of dance events. ठीक है? दूसरा question. Find total number of dance events such that no one dances with their spouse. With their spouse. Okay. तीसरा question. Everyone dances with everyone else. Find the number of dance events such that same gender people don't dance together. Don't dance together. Okay. Don't worry about the spelling. Try to hear what I'm saying. Yeah. Aryan, you have asked a very difficult question. No, Aryan has given the answer. Oh, sorry. Shrinita Reddy, don't calculate the value. Just keep it in C. Just keep it in NCR form. Don't calculate the value. Just keep it in NCR form. Very good. I think you guys. Yes, Ishan, very good. Shruti, no need to calculate the value for now. Just put it in NCR form. Shubham, concentrate on the topic. Anurag, concentrate on the topic. Okay? Okay. Very good. Try to answer all of them, all three. Understand the language of the question. That's the most important part. All right. Now I'm going to discuss the answers of this. First question. What is the first question? Find total number of dance events. This is the easiest. What is the total number of people that are there? The total number of people is 8, 12, and eventually in every couple there are 2 people, right? So whether they're fighting or not, but counting mein dono aayenge. So to count in a couple, and I said that also, there is a male, there is a female. So there are 10 people in this. So 8, 12, 20, and 10, 30. And for a dance event to happen, I just need 2 people. One person, and they dance together. That's it. So 30 C2. I need 2 people out of 30 people. Second one, such that no one dances with their spouse. In this entire situation, yeah, very good, Ishan, Aryan, you have shown me, or you have given me, Harsh also. That is exactly the mistake people make. This is not derangement, and that is why this question is done immediately after derangement. Okay? Read the language of the question very clearly, very carefully. What does it say? It simply says, no one dances with their spouse. For this to happen, they should have a spouse. For this to happen, they should have a spouse, okay? Also, if I'm not dancing with my spouse, I can dance with other spouse as well as I can dance with the other people who are not in my partnership. The single males, the single females. Tulika factorial is used for arrangement. So why will I use arrangement here? I just need 2 people and I don't need any arrangement. I don't need any arrangement, so that's it. Anirudh, arrangement kyun aayega? Why will you use arrangement here? For a dance event to happen, what do you need? Remember, need. Always try to identify the need. What do you need for the dance event to exist? For dance event to happen? One person, just 2 people. Out of 30 people, that's it. Okay. So answer of this question will be 30C2. Second question ka jo answer hoga, that will be 30C2 minus all those possibilities where spouses are dancing together. Now just look at the situation and see how many possibilities of spouses dancing together. Tathagat, why 10C2? Why are you mixing the couples? I'm not joking or making fun of any individual person. I'm just trying to make it easier to understand for everyone. Okay? Yeah. All right. So it is just 5. That's it. A lot of people have answered 5. There are only 5 instances where spouses would be dancing together. Apni wali, apna wala, jo bhi. Dancing with own spouse, there are only 5 possibilities. Tanish, why 5C5? See, anything that you do in permutation combination, you should ask that meaning of that, okay? What is the meaning of 5C5? You're selecting 5 out of 5. How does that matter? How does that happen? Harsh, don't go out of the line, please. Yeah. So, just 5. There are only 5 couples. So there are only 5 ways in which the spouses can dance together. Yeah. You know what? This is so easy and so practical that people tend to ignore this, and that's how they get confused. My simple question is, where are those possibilities? Which one are those pairs? Which one are those dance events in which spouses are dancing together? Only these couples. That too, only the individual couples. Right? So there are 5 couples. So there are only 5 instances of dance events where one spouse is dancing with own spouse. Yeah. So just 5. Now, chalo, aage, third wala. Third wala is more interesting. Third wala is more calculation based. This one, second question is logical and fun. Third one is calculation. Third one is calculation. Chalo, let's be serious a little bit. Same gender people don't dance together. How many genders are mentioned in this question? There are only 2 genders mentioned. Very nice, Manshi. Fantastic. Very good, Manshi. Manshi, I suppose. Manshi, yeah. Very nice. Good. Yeah, Vatsal, Harsh, very nice. So now we are looking at different gender. There are only 2 genders available here, male and female. How many males are there? How many males are there? How many females are there? So males, these single males are 8. Oh, usually couples also have a male, right? So 5 couples will have 5 males. So 8 plus 5, 13. And females would be 12 plus 5, 17. So there are 13 males and 17 females. 13 males and 17 females. We need 1 male and 1 female. So 13C1 into 17C1. I think this one thing that is very important that everyone should practice. Whenever you are going to write an expression or a number, अरे usually was a joke, Shaurya. Joke का बिल्कुल वो band बजा दिया. Okay, that's it. We'll move on from here. So just be careful of the language. What has to be subtracted? What has to be multiplied? Who is coming? Who is not coming? One important word that will always help you. Identify the need. For example, before writing this 13C1, what did I say? I said we need 1 male. So from where? Out of all the available males. We need 1 female. From where? Out of all the available females. Tathagat, it says same gender should not dance together. That means male should not dance together. Female should not dance together. So what is the possibility left? There's only one possibility left, and that is 1 male and 1 female. 1 male out of all available males, 1 female out of all available females. How many males are available? 13. How many females are available? 17. So 1 male 13C1 and 1 female 17C1. Okay? I hope this is clear. Yes, Abhishek, I just did that. I just repeated the last one. Very good, correct. Why multiply? Yeah, right. Well, you have to multiply because it says 1 male and 1 female. हाँ, ध्यान रखना इसमें derangement नहीं है. Okay, this is not a derangement situation. It is, no, it's not racism. It's a fun question. It's rather language testing. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so let's go ahead. I'll remove this, and what I'll do is, this is done. This is done. Yeah, this one. One more question. Even though we have done this question earlier, but here we'll use that number of solutions wala. Raj Vemula is there. This is a similar question that you were asking that day, yesterday. It is a kind of similar question. Dancing together minus female dancing together कर सकते हैं. Yes, तथागत कर सकते हैं, but why to get into multiple calculations? है ना? बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. That will give us 30C2 minus 13C2 minus 17C2. So the calculation will be higher because you will have C2. What is easier to calculate, C1 or C2? You decide. है ना? Okay. Chalo, let's take up this question. Yeah, Shubham? I hope it is fine. Okay. In how many ways can 3 new cars be parked in 8 vacant parking lots if no 2 cars are parked in adjacent parking lots? No 2 cars should be parked in adjacent parking lots. So you must have done this question earlier also, okay? But here we'll use number of solutions, the ones that we did yesterday, right? That ones we learned yesterday. Yes, right, Preeti, you are right. You would have done this question earlier also. Right now we'll use another method, that is number of solution. There you would have done it with arrangement, okay? How do we solve this question? Let's see. Chalo, मैं explain करता हूँ. I'll take 3 new cars as C1, C2, C3. Okay? And what do I want? They should not be parked in adjacent parking lots. So what should I do? Let's say there are X spots in between C1 and C2, and there are X spots between C2 and C3, not X, Y spots. Please listen to this again. I'll repeat. What do we want? How do we want to solve this question? One method. Right now we are going to. Akshat, koi baat nahi. We'll do that. 3 new cars to be parked in 8 vacant parking lots. Cars are different. Cars are different, bacha. Somebody asked about cars being similar or different. They're different. Okay? So let's name it C1, C2, and C3. We place it like this. What are we trying to make sure? We're trying to make sure that 8 vacant parking lots if no 2 cars are parked in adjacent parking lots. So that means between any 2 cars, there should be some vacant parking lots. There should be some vacant parking lots. So how do we do that? Let's assume that there are X parking lots in between the first 2 cars, X slots, and here there are Y slots. Now my simple question is, can you tell me how much is X plus Y? Is there anything else that we need to know? No, nothing else. What is X plus Y? Or do we need something more? I'll tell you. There can be some slots outside this first car also. So let's say Z slots. And there can be some slots here, that is T slots or T spots. So X, Y, Z, T, these are all number of spots inside, or I mean in between the cars or outside those cars. Okay? Now, I'm going to write one simple equation here. This X plus Y plus Z plus, in fact, I'll write it in that order only. I'll write it in that order only. Please pay attention. Z plus X plus Y plus T, that is equal to be 5. Why 5? Because there were total 8 parking slots. Out of those 8 parking slots, yes, very good. Out of those 8 parking slots, 3 will be occupied by the cars. Remaining 5 will be vacant. Out of those vacant parking lots, a few of them will be between the first 2 cars, a few of them will be between these 2 cars. A few of them will be outside on this side and outside on this side. But there is a condition. What is the condition? 2 lots if no 2 cars are parked in adjacent. If they're not parked in adjacent, that means X cannot be 0. Please notice that X cannot be 0, Y cannot be 0. X has to be, or X and Y have to be at least greater than or equal to 1. So can I say that we can take whole number solution for all of them? Can we say that we can take whole number solution for all of them? No, we cannot say that. हमें क्या बोलना पड़ेगा? X and Y are natural numbers, natural, and Z and T are whole. And then you find the number of solution of this equation. Number of solution of this equation. Whatever is the number of solution of this equation, that will be the answer of that question, or that will be a part of the answer of that question. Yeah, X and Y. Only X and Y will be natural. Tanishq, Shreya, Aditya, Jitu. Only X and Y will be natural. Okay. Z and T can be 0 also. Z and T can be 0 also. Yes, right, Akhila? The cars can be parked at the last parking slot also. That means Z can be 0, T can be 0. Okay? So how do we solve this? We have to make sure that X and Y are natural. And how do we do that? We give 1, 1 here. We give 1, 1 to these 2 in the beginning itself. Right. Yes, Harsh, you are right. We can take A plus 1, B plus 1. Then how many will be left here? If 2 are gone, now we are left with 3 items. Okay? So basically, now we have 4 children and 3 chocolates, if you remember from yesterday's class, or whatever way you want to memorize. That's not the only way. So 4 plus 3 minus 1, C 4 minus 1. Yes, is it correct? N plus R minus 1, C R minus 1. N plus R minus 1, C R minus 1. So it is 7 minus 1, 6 C 3. Now all the thing that I've done, everything this should be done mentally, right? You don't have to write anything. ये सारा कुछ आपको mentally करने आना चाहिए. This is not the answer. Answer is not complete yet. Yes? Answer is not complete yet. Yes, Anirudh Vatsal, you're right. It is half of the answer. Why it is half of the answer? Wherever C1, C2, and C3 go, they have to be arranged among themselves. They are to be arranged among themselves. And that can be done in 3 factorial ways. So answer of this question will be 6C3 into 3 factorial. Okay? Answer of the question will be 6C3 into 3 factorial. Yes, Rimjim, sides can be 0. Z can be 0. What happens if Z is at 0? That would mean C1 is parked at the end. C1 will be parked at the end, right? You know, if T is 0, that would mean C3 is parked at the end, the other end. 3 factorial is for arrangement of those 3 cars among those specified places where we put them. ठीक है? Aryan, 15 तो नहीं होगा. 63 is how much? 63 is 20. And 3 factorial is 6, so it is 120, bacha. It should be 120. Yeah. It should be 120. Yes, I'll wait for a minute. Okay. नहीं, Aditya, मस्ती नहीं करनी है उसके साथ. Aditya, we just need to make sure that it should not be 0. That's it. और कुछ नहीं सोचना. Because if you get into further, why 2 only? It can be 3, 3 also. It can be 3, 2 also. So it will further create a trouble. So do not get into more individual numerical cases. Do not take more numerical cases. Just make sure whatever is not there. So 0 should not be there. We have made sure that 0 is not there. How come? By giving 1 in the beginning to X and Y both. What 6? Satya, we did the formula N plus R minus 1, CR minus 1 for number of solutions. n plus r minus 1, c r minus 1, n plus n is 4. Sorry, n is 3, r is 4. N is the number of items, r is the number of places. Satya, always make sure that you revise the class and the questions after the class every time religiously, huh? Because थोड़ा तकलीफ जब हो तो you need to work upon it. ठीक है बच्चे? To remove that. This is exactly what we are doing, Tulika, है ना? If you take 5 parking spaces, how will you take? That's the whole point. And दूसरा, why alternately? Tulika, you need to understand that. It is not necessarily that the cars are parked at alternate places. You know, if I have 3 spots between C1 and C2 and 2 spots between C2 and C3, they're not alternate. What is the meaning of alternate? Alternate means one place in between. So it is not necessary that they are at alternate. So what you're talking about is the method that you've already done in the previous class. That's a different method. Here is a different method. But variable natural number है ना, तो formula change होगा ना. Subrajit, we are not doing any formula. We are doing only one formula, right? We are just making sure that इसको पहले ही 1 1 दे दिया. We have given 1 1 to each to these. So now they're all whole number. After we have given 1 to x and 1 to y, from this 5, we don't need anything else. Alternate mention नहीं किया तो specially कैसे? Correct. Very good, Deep. Good explanation. ठीक है, ठीक. Go to एक बार वीडियो में जाके देख लेना ना वंश. Go to that video because that will again mean a new topic, है ना? Aditi, the cars among themselves can be arranged, isn't it? Can't it be C2 here and C1 here? Is that possible? Yes, it is. So, Kanish, go to the video, है ना? अभी हम आगे करेंगे probability वाला. Otherwise वो वापस पूरा repeat हो जाएगा. कौन सा 4 कैसे आया? There are 4 variables: Z, X, Y, T. R is 4. R is 4. It is n plus r minus 1, C r minus 1. That is the formula that we are using, right? N plus r minus 1, C r minus 1. X and Y cannot be 0, है ना? तुलका आप repeat कर रहे हो उसको, I got that. ठीक है. Okay, चलो. So what we'll do is we'll do probability only for around 25-30 minutes, ठीक है? We'll not do it more than that. We'll only do the basics. अरे मानसी, see, आपके मन की बात बोल दी मैंने. We'll not do probability for 1 hour. We'll do it only for 20-25 minutes. ठीक है? Can we go ahead? Take a deep breath. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Take a deep breath. We're going to remove this and then we move on to probability. I'll take doubts after this. So 2 घंटे हो जाएंगे. Don't worry about it. ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, चलिए. Let's go ahead. This I will leave here. This I'll take in probability. All right. Everyone can see the board. Every time n will be greater than r na. Not necessary. Arun, no, that is not necessary. The number of items can be less than the number of places. Okay? 2 chocolates to 10 children. Isn't it possible to distribute? Yes, there will be a lot of children who will not get it. We can always distribute 2 chocolates among 10 children. There will always be some children who will not get it. Okay, that's okay. X and Y are number of cars between. Because if X is 0, okay, I'm explaining that. If X, okay, I'll repeat this, listen carefully. What is this? X is the number of slots. X is a number of slots. If X is 0, again, you have to visualize that. What is the meaning of X is 0? If X is 0, then C1 and C2 will be at continuous places, at adjacent places. Can we visualize that? If X is 0, then C1 and C2 will be at adjacent places. वही बोला था question में. That exactly was the question. ठीक है ना? And that's what we don't want, right? That is why X cannot be 0. So for the given question that we had, क्या होना चाहिए? X not equal to 0, Y not equal to 0. Z and T may be equal to 0. क्यों? Z और T बाहर था ना? Z was outside. So we can have a car at the end so that T is equal to 0. So T equal to 0 is valid. That outside variables were possible to be whole number. Okay? Somebody said 3C5. Who is this 3C5? वो बताओ क्वेश्चन क्या है? 3C5 का क्या क्वेश्चन बोल रहे थे? Arun is saying 3, but why are you getting 3C5? Or why will you get 3C5? There is no situation of 3C5 here as far as I see. Okay, you're right. Arun, you're right. But where are you getting 3C5 from? It is X plus Y plus Z plus T. That is equal to 5. Out of this 5, 1 is given to X, 1 is given to Y. So out of this 5, 2 items are gone. So how much is left? 3 is left. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 variables. So R is equal to 4. And there are 3 items to be distributed. So N is equal to 3. The formula is N plus, ये तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा हो गया. अच्छा ठीक है, ज़्यादा डिटेल हो गया. 3 plus 4 minus 1, C 4 minus 1. Okay. 4 minus 1. So where are you getting what? 7, 6, C3. So where are you getting 3, C5 from? Where are you getting 3, C5? नहीं ना? ठीक है. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, Arun, did you get that? So I think we have had a good break. है ना? 2 out of 3 people. All right. चलिए, let's remove all this. I'm going to remove all of this. ठीक है, Arun? I would. No, I'm saying, did you get it now? Did you get it now? That's what I'm asking. Absolutely, you have to rewatch. You have to watch. 3C5 is not possible. 3C5 is an invalid situation. So we'll say wherever 3C5 required, we'll say that the situation is not possible. Okay? All right. We'll take up the next topic, that is probability. What is the meaning of probability? Don't go into the theory too much. All the theory, all the formula are for namesake. Again, your understanding of logic, fundamental logic, and your methods of counting will be useful for most of the questions. Probability can be divided into 2 types. One is the counting-based questions, where we count the number of possibilities, actually count the number of possibilities. And in some cases, already the probabilities are given and then we work upon them, operate upon them. So operation-based probability. Okay? Operation-based probability. So these are the 2 different types that we have. Oh. What happened? Yeah. Bach gaya. Operation-based probability. Okay. How do we define the situation in case of probability? What is this? Please focus on the discussion here. I'll take a very simple situation. If there is any action, first of all, you need to identify where is it happening. So what are the items involved? The set of all items involved will be called sample space. From that, we perform some action. First of all, you need to count the number of ways of that action. Number of ways of that action. Question is always like this: what is the probability of that action? This is the question. मैं आपको exact logic और language समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I'm just trying to explain it to you the exact way. You need to actually think like a layman for most of 90% of the questions. Okay? Identify the action. Identify action. Where is it happening? From where? Origin. Or the set of items on which this action is being performed. Identify all possibilities for that. That set is called sample space. Okay? So sample space, count all possibilities. Action, count all possibilities. Question will always be asked like this: what is the probability of this action? You just put the number of possibilities for that sample space, divide by the number of possibilities for that action. Yeah, उल्टा कर दिया मैंने, है ना? ठीक है, so number of possibilities for the action in numerator and number of possibilities for the sample space for in the denominator. ठीक है? कितना नया चीज बता? So everybody knows this. Then why the problems happen? Again, the problem happens because of the same reasons. You know, the doubts that we had in P&C questions, whatever was happening in the back of our mind, almost, in fact, all those same things happen here also. We do not focus on action. We do not read the question properly, and so on and so forth. I'll give you certain situations now. Let's go ahead. I'm going ahead, okay? I'll give you some simple situation here. 10 fair, not 10, let's take lesser number. 3 fair coins tossed. Okay? 3 fair coins tossed. What is the probability that we get exactly 1 head? Absolute simple question. 3 fair coins tossed. What is the probability that we get exactly 1 head? Fair coins means one side is head, one side is tail. For every coin, the number of possibilities is just 2. So right now we'll focus on the exact counting. Trust me, it is going to be really, really helpful. So even if it looks very easy to you, please do that in your notebook for once. Okay? Exactly 1 head. Abhiya says 1 by 3. Kyun bhai? You did not focus. All those people who say, oh, I'll tell you very clearly and not bluntly, but in the simplest possible manner. You did exactly the same thing. Yeah, the fear that I had mentioned earlier. Sabne wahi galti kar di. You're not reading the question properly. There are 3 fair coins tossed. Each one of them will have 2 outcomes. You're tossing 1 coin, and you're tossing 2nd coin, and you're tossing 3rd coin. So the total number of possibilities, you simply forgot the number of possibilities in the sample space here is 2 into 2 into 2. That is 8. There are 3 coins. Each coin has 2 possibilities. They are being tossed. When you toss, yeah. Now, for the purpose of more clarity, I'll write all possibilities. Yeah, I'll write all possibilities. देखो, head, head, head. Please note it down and यहीं पे सारी गलती होती है, ठीक है? इसको अगर आपने संभाल के समझ लिया, कर लिया, a lot of situations will become really, really simple. You don't have to write all these possibilities every time. Please understand. You don't have to write all these possibilities. This being the first example, I'm writing all the situations. Okay. This is one possibility. Okay. This is one possibility. Like this, there are total 8 possibilities. You have to understand. You have to see the whole thing in the whole situation in one go. ना? कितने coins थे? 3. How many coins are there? 3 coins. So जब मैं तीनों coin toss कर रहा हूँ तो मेरा एक picture कैसा दिखेगा? One picture will look like this: head, head, head. Then another one: head, tail, head. See, this is where the problem lies. Subrajit, why are you jumping the gun? Have a check. What did I say? There are 2 different situations. One is counting based, one is operation based. अभी हम counting कर रहे हैं, वो आप नहीं देख रहे हो, और operation वाले में चले गए. So how will you understand this? ठीक है? Please focus. Right now, I'll repeat. Right now, I'm doing only those situations where the counting is possible and counting is easier. Okay, let's concentrate on that. So H, 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 head, head, head. This is one possibility. Similarly, write all those 8 possibilities. I want you to write all those 8 possibilities for the purpose of complete visualization. So H, H, T, H, T, H, T, H, H. Then T, 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 H, T, H, T, H, T, T. Check करो. Now, other than these 8, can you find any other possibility? Can you find any other possibility? But पता क्यों करना है बच्चे? रिमझिम पता क्यों करना है? Why do you want to know that? What is the first thing that I started with? Probability is about mathematical presentation of chance of the event, है ना? Chance किस चीज से related है? Numerical value से. So अगर if it is related to numerical value, 3 coins are tossed, exactly one head. So I think this. Okay, चलो. Okay, मैं ऐसा करता हूँ. Let's go one by one. There are total 6 or 7 possibilities, right? In every situation, there are standard things. So whenever there is a situation of coin or dice, mostly it will be counting वाला question only. ठीक है? सोचने की जरूरत कुछ आएगी ही नहीं, है ना? अच्छा. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possibilities. So that in the denominator we will have 8. Why? Because 8 is the total number of possibilities. Out of those 8 possibilities, in how many of them do you have exactly one head? Check each possibility. ठीक है? Do I have one head here? No. Do I have one head here? No. Do I have one head here? No. No. Do I have one head here? No. Do I have one head here? Yes. 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 So out of 8, मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ. I'm saying this again and again. Out of 8, 3 possibilities. So 3 out of 8. This is the way it has to be understood. Otherwise, you'll keep getting stuck. Right, Rimjim, Subrajit? है ना? बताओ मुझे अभी. ये visualization बड़ा जरूरी है यार. This is really, and it will make your life simple. Nothing else. है ना? शायद it is such an easy question, but I'm still not rushing ahead because almost all the questions will be like this only. Just that the numbers may be larger or smaller. Are you guys with me? It's just that this 8 may be longer, or this 8 may take a longer time to calculate, or instead of 8 we may have 200, 500, 1000. In place of 3 we may have 140, 360, something like that. है ना? The process will not change. ठीक है? Percentage में मत जाओ. हाँ ठीक है. I'm fine with that. ठीक है? Process will not change. Almost 75-80% of your questions of probability, the process will remain same. Instead of coins, we may have dices, we may have cards, we may have people, we may have cars and parking slots. Remember? We may have days of the year, we may have months in the year, and so on and so forth. ठीक है? Rinjim, you need to read the question, bacha. What is the question here? 3 fair coin toss. So where is there any confusion? If the question is saying that 3 fair coins are tossed, why will you read anything else? 3 fair coins tossed. I don't see there is any confusion. ना? उसको नहीं confusion create मत करो. ठीक है? Don't jump the gun. That is the phrase. ठीक है, ठीक है. All of you are comfortable with this? Okay. Aditya, if 50 coins are tossed, it will be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 50 times. So that is 2 to the power 50, right? But again, what you're doing is you're going out of your requirement limit. नहीं पूछेंगे ऐसा. दूसरी बात, if they ask, then this situation will not be required. There'll be different ways of counting that also, na? Because even to count this, you just need one place here. So out of 3, 1. So 3C1 divided by 2, 3. 2 to the power 3. ऐसा हो जाएगा. But I'm not willing to get into this right now. Okay? मैं उसमें भी नहीं जाना चाहता हूँ. I just wanted you to see the situation. So if there are, just to clarify, जबरदस्ती अपने आप को अंडर एस्टिमेट मत करो ना. अपने आप को मत रुलाओ. डोंट मेक योरसेल्फ क्राई कि अगर 50 होता तो क्या करते. इससे क्या होता है पता है? You make yourself a little put yourself into a bad situation. Don't do that. Even if there are 50 coins, there will be ways to do that. है ना? That we will do one by one. As of now, I want you to understand the exact situation of counting. Focus. What I'm trying to say is focus on pure basis counting, finger counting. If you can do that, fantastic. When the numbers increase, the methods will. We already have the methods in permutation combination. We already have learned most of the methods in permutation combination. है ना? ठीक है? Okay, I'll give you one more question in this. Chalo, theek hai. I think I'll take one question in which we have higher number of coins. If we have 10 fair coins tossed, right? What is the probability? Find probability to get exactly 3 heads. Exactly 3 heads. What is the probability to get exactly 3 heads? Gunjan, in this, what is the sample space? The sample space is the thing that you do with 10 coins. Okay? And out of that, one particular action that we want is exactly 3 heads. Action or event, any word. In books, you may find different words. Okay, bacha? So it is just, first is whatever was given out of. Remember the word out of. Hai na? So out of these 10, whatever you're doing it with 10. What will be the total outcome when you perform that action on those 10 coins? For every coin, there will be 2 outcomes. Right, Aditya? Yeah, very good. Apply kar to diya. So for every coin, there will be 2 outcomes. So 2 into 2 into 2, 10 times. Or we simply say 2 to the power 10. This is the total outcomes. Total number of outcomes. Okay? And that will form our denominator. So answer of this question, in the denominator, we put the number of possibilities for sample space. बार-बार sample space use करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. That you don't need to use that word. Okay? You simply say total possibilities. You simply say total possible situations. ठीक है? And out of that, whatever is the requirement, this is requirement. So this requirement will be fulfilled in how many of those possibilities? Okay? So 2 to the power 10 in the denominator. Now, to find the numerator, there are 2 ways. One way is you simply think that, there are 10 coins. There are 10 coins. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of these coins, 3 of them are showing head. How do I count it? How do I count it? I'm asking you to answer on the basis of whatever you have learned in permutation combination. How do I count that in how many ways? 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 will have head on them. You just select 3 out of 10, no? Select 3 out of 10. ऐसा हो सकता है? Is it possible? Just select 3 out of 10. So 10C3, that will come here. This is one way to understand. There is another way to understand. Yes, Priyanka, batao bacha. Tell me. There is another way to understand. Do you remember 2 to the power 10 is also equal to 10C0, 10C1, 10C2, 10C3, 10C4, up to 10C10? Do you remember that? Do you remember that 2 to the power 10 is also equal to 10C0, 10C1, 10C2, up to 10C10? Can you relate to this? What is the meaning of 10C0? It is the number of possible situations in which there is 0 head. What is the meaning of 10C1? Number of possible situations in which there is only 1 head. 10C2 means the number of possibilities in which there are exactly 2 heads. Yeah, 10C10 means number of possibilities with exactly 10 heads. And 10C3 means number of possibilities in which there are exactly 3 heads. So 10C3 is coming here, and all the others are coming in denominator. ठीक है? अब इसको जैसे भी आप चाहो, it's not even visualization anymore. Now it is not even visualization anymore. It is very direct situation, and that's what you need to treat this as. So this 10 coins or 50 coins or 3 coins, doesn't matter. Question, for that we read the question, okay? I'm not making fun, I'm just saying for that we need to read the question. What is the question? 10 fair coins tossed, find probability that exactly 3 heads are there. So that was the question. That would be usually given in the question. Abache, please respond and confirm that you understand that, okay? That is given in the question most of the times. I can understand that everybody is tired, so I'll just take one more part, and after that we'll go home. I mean, we'll close the class. Yes, everyone is clear? Everyone is clear about the idea of this? Numbers will not matter. However large they are, it doesn't matter. Hai na? Yeah. However large they are, it doesn't matter. There will be processes to count. Counting methods will be the same that we have already done. Okay? Okay, ठीक है. Counting is, I mean, we need to read the questions, no? Questions पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो solve कैसे करेंगे? I mean, we need to read the question to solve them. Okay? ठीक है. Very good, very good. Dices, this is the last slide of the day. Okay? I'll just take a basic thing. Dice, you all have seen the dice, right? There are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the dice. Dice is the same dice that you use for Ludo. It's the same dice that you use for Ludo. I mean, when you throw it, what are all possible outcomes? 6 possible outcomes when 1 fair dice is rolled. 1 fair dice. Now, fair word का इस्तेमाल हम normally करते हैं. We just do, it's a regular way of saying fair dice is a regular way, okay? Which will have 6 outcomes. Now, if it is not fair, it would mean that the chance of 1 coming out or 2 coming out is different from 3 coming out, and so on. When it is not mentioned, when it is mentioned as a fair dice, it means each one of them has equal probability, equal possibility to appear. So 1 fair dice rolled, there are 6 possible outcomes. Okay? I'll give you a question like this. 2 fair dices rolled. 2 fair dices rolled. Okay? Find probability that their sum is equal to 9. If you roll 2 dices, you will have sum number on both of them. You add them, you should get 9. Okay? 2 fair dice is rolled. Find probability that the sum is equal to 9. So what is the sample space? 2 fair dice is rolled. So find total number of possible outcomes when Sanskar, unfair or biased means that it doesn't have equivalent possibilities. I mean, chances of 1 is more than 2, or chances of 4 is less than 5. Whereas fair dice means all of them have equal possibility, equal probability. That can happen by changing weight. And don't go into the details. Unnecessary चीजें कहाँ पढ़ लेते हो तुम लोग? कहाँ लिखा है कुछ भी और? Why would you read unfair or biased there? No, it is not about repetition. It is about their likelihood of appearing to be equal. मैं repeat कर देता हूँ. It is about likelihood of their appearance to be equal. That's it. Nothing else. उसके अलावा अभी कुछ मत और सोचो. Because आपके एरिया में वो कुछ है ही नहीं. In your exam, in your questions, we will not have biased dice a lot. Okay? Even if it is there, the number of those questions would be like just 1 or 2 in the last 20 years for unbiased dice. ठीक है? पिछले 20-22 सालों में शायद एक क्वेश्चन था unbiased dice का. Yeah, very simple situation. 2 fair dice is rolled, right? So whether it is 2 dices or 100 dices, that doesn't matter. For 1 dice, 6 outcomes. For 2 dices, 6 into 6. For 3 dices, 6 into 6 into 6. For 100 dices, 6 to the power 100, and so on. I think everybody is clear about that. So 6 into 6, that is 36 possibilities. So denominator is 36. है ना? Yes, I hope everyone is clear. For 2 dices, it is 6 square. For 3 dices, it will be 6 into 6 into 6, that is 6 cube. For 100 dices, it will be 6 to the power 100. Now, numerator, sum equal to 9. So how do I go about it? I'll just change the color to signify that we are doing a different process. So we have 2 dices. Whatever numbers we get on these 2 dices, their sum should be equal to 9. Okay? If I have 1 on the first dice, can I get 8? Is it possible to have? No. If I put 2 on the first, I get 7. Can I get that? No. If I put 3 on the first and 6 on the second, yes, this is the first valid possibility. Right? Then 4, 5. Then 5, 4. And then 6, 3. That's it. So you have to check only these 6 cases. Automatically you will get all. Yes, very good. So how many possibilities are these? Count karo. This is one possibility. This is another one. This is another one. This is another one. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Kitna ho gaya? 4. So 4 possibilities here. So 4 out of 36, that is 4 by 36. 1 by 9. ठीक है? Yes. Tell me if there is any trouble. I'll take the last question now. In this only, here only. Dusra question. What is the probability that their product, I'm making it a little more complicated, be ready for it, is divisible by 5? I'll make it a little simpler yet. The product is divisible by 5. Same situation mein 2 dices are rolled. The question is, what is the probability that the product is divisible by 5? I'll remove the other things which are not required. 2 dices are rolled. What is the probability that the product is divisible by 5? Product is divisible by 5. I think we will not do cards today, okay? Do it in the simplest possible manner. So 2 fair dices are rolled. So total possibilities, 36. And I want the product to be divisible by 5. So how do I go about it? As of now, there will be various ways of counting. In future, when we go along with more questions, we will have huge number of possible questions and multiple methods of doing the proper counting. As of now, I'm following the very basic process that we did here. The benefit of this process is that in any case, you need to check only 6 situations. Can you see that? You always will need to check only 6 situations. Why? You put 1 on the first one. What should I put on the second one? 5. You put 2 on the first one. What should I put on the second one? 5. You put 3, you put 5 here. You put 4, you put 5 here. But if you put 5 on the first one, then you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, or any number for that matter. Second one will have any number if you have 5 on the first one. Right? And if I put 6 on the first one, then I need 5 on the second one. Is everyone clear about this? So the number of possibilities, I just show you. Wait, visualization bar mein baat kar raha hu. What are the possibilities you see? 1 into 5. 1 into 5 is one possibility. 2 into 5. 3 into 5. 4 into 5. Then 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 5 into 4, 5 into 5, 5 into 6. And then 6 into 5. So total number of possibilities 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My question to you is, do you really need to write this or you can do the counting from here itself? Think about that. Hai na? Ha, Harjit, we don't need to write all those possibilities, right? Aditya, we don't need to write all these possibilities. This again, I just wanted you to see that. But ye likhne ki zarurat hai? No, I don't think so. We could have done the counting from here. How come? Just, we have taken these 6 cases. Corresponding to each of these 6 cases, we have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 5 here, 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 9. कहाँ रह गया? Yeah, 1 2 3 4 and 6 10 and 1 11, so 11 possibility. We can just do the counting from here. ठीक है? इसमें एक होमवर्क देता हूं. What is the probability that the product is divisible by 4? Divisible by 4. What is the probability that the product is divisible by 4? Now, even though we have done only coins and dices, today, what you must, the confidence that you must go back with is that you can do any question like this with this logic of fundamental concept, right? Rimjim, Aditya, Harshit, can you understand that what I'm saying right now? How does it matter now whether it is coin or dice, or for that matter, car, or for that matter, a train, or for that matter, books or pens or anything? What you need to identify, what is the total number of possibilities, and out of that, yeah, situation wise, same hi rahega na? You just need to count total possibilities and out of that, the required possibilities. Shruti, not getting this. Bache, ek baar aisa karna. Can you go through the video once again? And tomorrow, if you have any doubt, we'll take that up. Will that be fine? Okay. So before you run out, tell me, how do you feel now about probability? अच्छा, ये 4 वाला कर दिया क्या? ठीक है. चलो, let's finish that. So we want product to be divisible by 4. As I have shown you the method of counting, fix one number on one dice and check the possibilities for the other dice, right? That is the, for now, that is the simplest way or the most basic fundamental way of doing this counting for dices, है ना? ठीक है, देखिए. So we want the product to be divisible by 4. So you see, if I put 1 on the first dice, what should I put on the second dice? 4. So I'll just show you the possibilities also. 1 into 4. If I put 2 on the first dice, then the second dice should have 2 or 4 or 6. So the possibilities will be 2 into 2, 2 into 4, 2 into 6. Now does it make sense? Shruti, does it make sense now? Then we have 3. We have 4 here. So possibility will be 3 into 4. Can you see that 2 into 2 will be divisible by 4? 2 into 4 will be divisible by 4. 2 into 6 will be divisible by 4. है ना? So, yeah. If I take 4 on the first dice, then I can have any number on the second dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So the possibilities will be 4 into 1, 4 into 2, 4 into 3, 4 into 4, 4 into 5, 4 into 6. If I put 5 on the first dice, 4 has to be there on the second dice. So 5 into 4. And 6, that means 2, 4, 6. So 6 into 2, 6 into 4, and 6 into 6. Now, again, I'll put a question. Do I need to write all these possibilities or I can simply count from here? That you have to understand. है ना? ठीक है, बढ़िया. देखो जरा. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 possibilities. Total possibility is still 36. 2 dices. For 2 dices, total possibility is still 36. अब बताओ किसको problem है? Does anyone have a problem yet in this? Very good. Very nice. क्या है? Simple count से हो जाएगा. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. ठीक है. So what are your emotions now for permutation, combination and probability? Subrajit, do you still feel any trouble? Go ahead, you can ask anything now. I am done with the class, academic class today. Ab clear hua, okay. So how about feedback for today's class? Okay, this is a cake walk now. Make sure that you eat that cake properly, don't slip on it and don't fall in it. Feeling confident. ठीक है. Slowly करना, initially, those who see. There will always be some people who are already good with it. Perhaps they have done it in 10th, in a little, मजा आया, ठीक है. In a little detail, okay, great. Some people would have done it in 12th, nice. Those who have not done it that seriously, don't worry about it. Because your requirement is not very high. You must watch it again. This, I think, there are many people, अभी मैं नाम भूल गया, मैं बोलने वाला था. There are many people who must watch the video of the class again if you really want to become comfortable. This goes with the statement that I made yesterday. You have to do more work if you already are aware that you feel, difficulties while solving. है ना? So if you already are aware that you're feeling difficulty, है ना? Yes. So if you're aware that you're having difficulty, that means you need to put some extra work. Isn't that so simple? I mean, if there is less salt in my food and I don't like it, what do I need? I need salt. Go and get it. So इसमें भी ऐसा ही होगा. If you have a little difficulty, that means clearly you need to do more work. And if you're not doing more work, then there is a trouble, no? ठीक है? Tell me if there is anything else that I can help with as of now in terms of any issue that you're facing. Doubts we'll keep doing. I'm sure you're aware how to ask doubts and so on. है ना? ठीक है. ये कल बताया था that web series is on Amazon Mini. तुझ पे मैं फिदा. Okay. हाँ 8 प्लेसेस में 3 कार्स रखना था बेटा, एक काम करो फिर से डालो उसको, रिमझिम प्लीज पुट दैट, कॉपी पेस्ट करो फिर से. Any tips for memorizing formula? Rajroop, you can write it. Whenever, also don't try to memorize too many formulas at one go. Parts में करो. Things related to one smaller part, उसको उसके 3-4 formula, do them together and so on. Amazon Mini free है, yes, with advertisements. Rimjim, please just copy paste that thing once again so that I can catch, because I'm not able to catch because of the speed of messages. RT place पे 5 empty space होता, then answer would have been 3 factorial. Yes, I think that's the same question that you're asking. वही था ना? We had 8 parking slots, 5 empty spaces and 3 cars. So we were arranging 3 cars. We were not arranging empty spaces, beta. We were arranging 3 cars. ठीक है? एक बार दोबारा go to that part of the video once this closes. And I haven't worked with Ambarish Verma. I have seen him. Tanishq, I haven't worked with him, but I have seen him. I've seen his work and so on. Okay. अभी क्लास के बारे में बात करते हैं. Anything more about the topic, permutation, combination? अच्छा, ठीक है बच्चे. So now I think it is confirmed. Okay. Good. Anything else about P&C and probability? I'll just repeat once more. Tomorrow we have the remaining part of probability. I had decided for one more thing for today, I think, but वो नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं. We'll take that tomorrow. So there are total 6-7 parts in which we have divided the whole chapter of probability. We'll finish that tomorrow. Yeah. Anything else? So what is the time now? I think today you guys are getting free quite early. Bench press. I don't do bench press. I don't like it. Definitely, yes, we will do that. We will do a lot of questions on. It is 9:05. Are you sure? Oh, yes, it is 9. Take. But we are still 20 minutes earlier than yesterday. Okay. ठीक है. If there is nothing else, we'll close it. Do give your feedback message on. You can write comments on the session after that. Whatever is your, if you feel that there are more things required from me, please mention it without any hesitation, because I know I'll be able to give it. ठीक है ना? If there is anything that you find missing, if there is anything that you like, if there is anything that you don't like, mention everything in detail. We'll take that positively. We'll always work upon it. If you feel that I should work upon something, I'll make sure that I do that for sure, definitely. है ना? I hope you can trust me on that. है कि नहीं? क्या मिस हुआ बच्चा? 8 के प्लेस में. ओके, रिंजिम, डू वन थिंग. जो भी आपका डाउट है ना, उसको अभी इसमें मैसेज में एंड में डाल देना. आफ्टर द सेशन इज ओवर. ठीक है? आफ्टर द सेशन इज ओवर. नो, एज आई सेड, आई डोंट डू बेंच प्रेस. आई डोंट लाइक इट. Please focus on the topic of discussion. P&C marathon and revising all topics of one class as soon as possible. ठीक है बेटा, I'll put that thing to academic team and we'll see how it is. अच्छा, ठीक है. Okay. I thought it wasn't clear. हाँ. Okay, so I think we are done with the session today. I'll close it. I'm just trying to check